everyone, it's Stephanie here for a special edition of Live from My Desk. And today I have the honor of interviewing School Nutrition Association's Vice Presidential candidate, Beth Wallace. So we are going to get her on to this episode, and fingers crossed that this week everyone is in the right orientation and we are going to get this going. And so I'm just gonna wait. We'll wait for Beth to get on here. So we're really excited, and yeah, so just give me a few seconds and we will get her on here just to give you guys an idea of what Amanda and I are doing over the next 4 weeks. We have the privilege of interviewing all of the president-elect and vice presidential candidates that are on the ballot for the upcoming SNA elections, which open up in February. And so we thought this would be a great way for members and the audience to get to know who is on the ballot and to get to know them a little bit better. Every candidate will be asked these same questions and they will have the same amount of time to answer the questions. So let's get Beth on here and let's see. And I am, let's see. And let's see. So Beth, I'm not seeing you. So I put it on so you can ask to be coming on as a guest. So we might do this. So we're really excited. I think this Facebook Live is a new platform for a lot of our candidates. So Amanda and I are always excited to show everyone new things and to also show everyone that it's never perfect, and you know, it's always good to try new things. And so we're just gonna wait and get Beth on here, and let's see. I don't see Beth on here yet, so fingers crossed coming on. But yeah, so I will some other things. So this is the second week Amanda and I are doing this. Last week I interviewed Lori Atkins, who is another vice presidential candidate for SNA. And then starting next week, Amanda's going to start interviewing the president-elect candidates. So stay tuned. We're doing a special edition. So it will be the same time every week on Thursdays at 3:30. So we're looking forward to this. Yeah, and we also want to hear from you guys if this is something that you enjoyed, if you felt that it helped you after the 4 weeks, if it helped you make your decision, or honestly what we're hoping to do. And let's see. Beth, here we go, yes. And Beth should come on. So let's see. And yes, so Beth is coming on. It says she's adding. So Beth, all you have to do is just it should come up and just hit join and you can come on in.
Hello.
Hello, and welcome to Live from My Desk.
Thank you for having me.
So I have to ask you the same question I asked Lori last week. Is this your first Facebook Live?
Well, I have to say no, because I've been trying to practice, but it is really my first Facebook Live, and we had a few technical difficulties, so I apologize for being late.
No, it's fine. You know what? It worked out because I was able to give all of the viewers a recap of why Amanda and I are doing this, what's going on, and when they can tune in. So we're really excited. Thanks for joining. And I was telling them that nothing's perfect. If it makes you feel any better, I was practicing with Amanda earlier today to make sure I did not hit the same snafu I hit with Lori last week. So it works out. Don't worry. And so, Beth, why don't you, so for those viewers and members who have seen your name, but they don't really know much about you, why don't you take a few minutes and talk a little bit about what your role is in school nutrition?
Absolutely. So, you know, I have been in Colorado for about 8 years, and I just recently came to Jefferson County Schools about 2.5 years ago. So very excited to be here. You know, just a little bit on my background. I've been an active member both in Colorado and Texas. I spent 18 years in Texas, and as I said, I've been here 8 years. I served as both president for Colorado and the state of Texas for their state affiliates. And I've served on several committees on the national level. I've served on the executive committee. I've served as a Southwest Regional representative. I also served as a Southwest Regional Leadership Development representative. I've had the great opportunity, one of my most recent opportunities to serve was on the Nutrition and Research Committee. That was lots of fun. I missed them. This is my first year off without them. I've also was on the state affiliate agreement task force. I've been a presenter at many conferences. I've worked in both large and small districts, managing budgets from 7 million to 26 million. And so I feel like I have experience and be able to represent and speak from the perspective of both large and school districts. So that's my background.
I love it. And well, we're just going to dive right on in because we have a lot of questions to ask. And so how does your experience in school nutrition and the skills that you have gained how have they prepared you for the vice presidential position?
So I guess I kind of already answered that question. So I think
I wasn't sure if you had anything else to add.
No, just many years in this industry and moving forward with that.
All right. And so you may know that Amanda actually wrote an article last year for School Nutrition Magazine on the importance of diversity and inclusion. And it's been a hot topic in school nutrition and all industries. What is your plan to reach out to those individuals and give them a path towards inclusion?
Right. Inclusion is such an important topic. We've been talking about it for several years, and I think we really have to embrace differences and acknowledge that wherever you come from a different perspective, and we need to hear about that. It's very important. We need to model inclusive behavior. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another to really model that behavior. I believe we've got to mix it up. I kind of sometimes take a step back and think, well, we've been doing it this way forever. We're going to get the same answers if we keep doing the same thing. So we need to kind of mix that up to give different results. I think you have to bring a diverse group to the table when you're talking about how you move forward. And, other considerations I think we need to look at on the national level is maybe creating a diversity task force that focuses on inclusion. How do we get more involvement and diversity and inclusion?
I love that. I mean, Amanda and I met, we tell everyone that, we met as part of the Young Professional Task Force, and we also met one of your fellow Colorado natives, Molly Brandt, on the task force as well. And so I think task forces are always great. And it's also a great way to get more members to serve and volunteer, which I think is always something that a lot of people, especially young professionals, are always looking to get involved in. A task force is a great stepping stone.
Absolutely.
So talk to me a little bit about the impact that you hope to have on SNA and what you would like to be known for if you are elected as vice president.
So kind of talking about some of the same size and demographics, I think it's really important that we continue to discuss, that all districts have different sizes and demographics, and we need to continue to provide healthy meals and sustainable programs. These programs are near and dear to our heart. And while we passed legislation nearly almost 10 years ago I think we are still struggling with various pieces of that. So I think we've got to continue the conversation about how we make all of our programs sustainable. I think we need to be a leader in strategies and innovations and changes that allow our program to thrive for future generations that can benefit our program. You can talk with a district that's very high free and reduced, and they will have a different conversation than a different district that's very low free and reduced. They have different challenges, and sometimes I don't think we hit all of the buttons to address some of the concerns. We've got to protect our financial integrity of our school program. And let's just face it, they put some really great things in place, but they haven't really stepped up and funded some of those programs. So I would like to be known that I was an advocate for sustaining all of our programs, both large and small, high free and reduced, low free and reduced. I think that's really important. I want this program to continue for years and years and years. Wonderful program.
Absolutely. And I think that's so important. I mean, I work in a very low free and reduced district. Yeah. And so even talking to other programs, just from marketing standpoint, you see it. And so I think that's really important to kind of have those conversations and open that up. Right. And so, Beth, what has been your biggest professional challenge in school nutrition, and how have you overcome that?
So that's a hard one for me, but I will share that probably my biggest professional challenge was facing a very difficult, life-changing decision when I was faced with an unethical superintendent who was asking unethical things of me and my program. I had to make the decision with my family's love and support to leave a job and coworkers that I loved, but I could not continue to work in that environment. And it was a very ethical choice I had to make. I mean, I've had many challenges. I've implemented, software, brand new front of the house, back of the house software systems in 3 different districts. And so those are big challenges, but nothing compares to that decision and challenge I had to face.
Wow. And ethics are so important. And I mean, SNA members, if you don't know, SNA has quite a few webinars on ethics in school nutrition that are free to members.
Yes.
So, yes.
It's a great opportunity to work on that. That program. Yeah. The Nutrition and Research Committee worked on that. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so helpful. Like you said, districts are all shapes and sizes. And so some districts may just not know of all of the resources that are out there, or even all of the ethical obligations that go into school nutrition programs. So that is amazing. If you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
So, I've thought about this, and there'd be a couple of things. One, I would tell myself to enjoy the ride. I'm pretty in the details, trying to figure out what's going on. And sometimes you just need to step back and just enjoy and embrace what's going on. So I would tell my younger self, enjoy the ride, meet more people. There are awesome people in this association. They all come with great perspectives and ideas. And I used to love just collaborating with others. Like, what are you doing? How are you handling this? And just meeting more people. And then most importantly, and you see, I've been through a few challenges, view every challenge as an opportunity for growth. And so obviously back when I was going through the challenge I mentioned, I thought it was the end of the world, but I love my friends in Colorado, great change in my career. And I just have to learn to accept challenges, know that it's a growth opportunity, and keep going.
I I love that. I think it's I like that you talk about the importance of, just meeting people. I think I look at that and just looking at ANC, and every year I meet more and more new people. Or now we have the great Facebook social groups like Tips for School Meals That Rock and School Nutrition Professionals. Those groups have made it so possible for us to share our ideas, and we're in the business. I always say sharing is caring in school nutrition, so I like that you touched on that. And my last question that I have for you today is, what do you want people to remember about you when they cast their votes in 2 weeks for the election?
Sure. I'm here to serve. I'm an experienced leader. I believe I can make a difference. And most importantly, I'd be honored to have your vote.
I love it. Well, Beth, I am so excited that you were willing to come on Facebook Live today. And I'm excited because people are not viewing us upside down today. So we're really excited. Yeah, and SNA elections open up on the 15th, correct?
They do. They do.
Yes. And you will get an email, but it does not come from SNA this year, right? So members are not getting an email from SNA. It's an outside party, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's election services. And
Okay.
that email will come out and you'll connect through them to vote. So, it'll be a little different year. So we're really trying to get the word out to be aware of a different election method this year.
Absolutely. And as a reminder, if you want more information on the ballots or how to vote, go to schoolnutrition.org. And thank you so much, Beth. I appreciate you giving us your time. I know you're very busy. And thank you guys for tuning in this week. And we will see you back here next Tuesday for a regular episode of Live from My Desk. And next Thursday, Amanda will begin interviewing the president-elect candidate. So stay tuned and have a great day.
Thank you, Stefanie.
Thank you so much. You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.